This is a bit of a different vid, considering the vids I've done in the past 7 months. I would like to actually give it a positive sort of look on my relationship over the last 6 years and show people it wasn't just about, what's been happening lately. Look, I don't have to go into what's been happening and how I feel about the situation because I think it's clear in all the vids. Um, See, before all the stuff went down with my partner, yes, still wear the engagement ring. Um, I wasn't a very depressive person. One thing I don't do is touch drugs. Still don't. I don't smoke. Um, I didn't drink as much when I was with my partner. Maybe one or two nights I'd get like trashed with her, but I wasn't really much of a drinker. That was more her thing. Um, I tried to encourage her. Sometimes, it's better to drink when she's around me because I know how emotional she gets. Um, so let's look at the positives because people don't seem to look at the positives of my relationship. They always seem to think worse about her, and they think, at the moment she's a cheater, she's a slut, she's a liar, she's a whore. Like, these are the names that people give her right now. There are women out there that want to beat her up. There are women out there that want to destroy her life. Now, I don't condone violence upon anybody. I don't condone anyone destroying anybody's life after, what I've been through the last 7 months. What, my partner's family and her have been doing to me. So I know how it's like to be in that situation. It's not right, no. When, a relationship is supposed to be two people and is supposed to be, if you don't want to be with a person, you just break up with them. Family and friends shouldn't interfere. And I think that's what's made me more disappointed for a girl that's, is all about, being independent and doing things on her own, and she can't grow up. I just... Oh, better bring this over, eh? So I do think that it's a bit sad that she doesn't take her own advice. From day one, I've stated that, she should be independent. She should be doing things on her own. But no, you can't change someone, and I realised that in the last 6 years that, sadly, she's always going to be immature. She's always going to be this person that won't grow up. She has a life where it's boring. It's just, Sunday to Wednesday the same job, and then Friday and Saturday same job. Her catalog's job doesn't get her any income really. Like I've stated in other vids, I'd rather pay for what she makes with her catalogs out of my own pocket than have her work all that hard for nothing. The other job she does is volunteering, so she's, not getting an income there. She lives off the Australian government's money, and considering she doesn't consider herself an Australian citizen even though that she was born in Australia, I say to her, yes, you have a New Zealand passport, yes, but you're an Australian citizen. Anyone that's born in Australia is an Australian citizen. End of story. So I do feel like she's never going to grow up. And it's a shame because I love the girl with all my heart. I've loved this girl for 11 years. Now the positives, that's what we've got to look at this video. She was a sort of girl that, was very loyal, very faithful, showed a lot of compassion, showed a lot of warmth. Some nights, you didn't even have to ask her to pay. She'd just pay for the date. Where it's a movie date, dinner date, lunch date, she'd just pay. And then some nights I'd be like, nah, I want to pay. So we kind of had that relationship where we didn't take advantage of each other. It was 50-50, and that was great. Some nights, if we didn't want to go out, most nights we did, but the nights we didn't want to go out, I'd be a gentleman and let her play the Xbox or PlayStation, any game she wants. It's just funny the rage fits that she used to have for Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon. Oh, I have some good ones there. I loved her for that. You know, we treated each other fine. I mean, there was arguments, and she was a little bit jealous. She was a very jealous person where, you know, she gets intimidated by me talking to other women. It's because she didn't have a male friend. And the reason why she didn't have a male friend is because she is that sort of person that doesn't get along with people. And the fact that she's only had me, another guy, and me her whole life as a relationship kind of tells you why, you know, she's not a good catch for anybody. Despite what her family says, she isn't. I mean, a lot of guys, number one, it's not just about the looks, because I thought my partner was beautiful, but she doesn't drive. She basically lives off the government's income. So, you know, she, like I said, doesn't drive. She is immature. She doesn't want to grow up and be independent and live on her own. She lets people walk all over her. And guys do not want a girl like that. I mean, the next guy that goes after her will only use her for sex. And if she's got a bit of money, he'll probably ask her to buy him things. She's never going to be in love again. She may think, you know, now if she has got a boyfriend, that she's in love with him. She still loves me. End of story. And I don't think that she'll ever forget about me, and I don't think she'll ever stop having feelings for me. It works both ways. I truly believe the only way she and myself can move on is if she has the balls to actually say, you know, this is over. I suppose people, I'm going to take this off, it's just too hot. But yeah, then put this on. I believe that in relationships, it is supposed to work both ways. You know, I'm glad we were both faithful to each other in that time. You know, when, like I said, when I was sick, she was the one that used to, like, tuck me in the bed, make sure the electric blankets, you know, on, make sure that, you know, I'm relaxed, you know, goes down to the shops at, like, you know, God knows hours in the morning just to get me food and fluid. You know, there were some nights I was so cold I couldn't even get out of bed because I was so sick. And the sweetheart of her would just be like, what do you want from the service station? It's a 10-minute walk, by the way. It doesn't matter what time of night it was. It could be like 1 o'clock in the morning and she'd go and get me something to eat and drink. That's a beautiful partner. And I respected it for that. When she used to stay here, you know, before she goes to work in the morning, she used to be like, she leans over to see if I'm still breathing. I noticed that. She'd tuck me in the bed, kiss me on the head and be like, I love you. She didn't think I heard that, but I did. So that was beautiful. Her, like, every Friday morning and Saturday morning, she would do that before she goes to work. She had a beautiful heart, like, always trying to, you know, look after me. Like, if I wanted something, she'd be like, oh, can I buy you this video game? Can I buy you, you know, can I shout you to the movies? And there were some times where, you know, she was struggling for cash, and I'd be like, I'll pay for your shopping for this week. It's like the holiday we went to. It took her a while to pay me back for it, but she eventually did. She's very, she's a very lovely person in that respect. Don't have an argument with her. I guess she always thinks that she's right, and of course then I think I'm right, and that's where the argument starts. So what we both needed to learn on that perspective was, I think we needed to say, look, you're right, I'm right, end of discussion. Let's just not, you know, push the subject. Some things she would do, like bring up things that are not right, be nasty. And I told her, look, if you're in a relationship, you've got to know what not to say to your partner. You've got to, like, not push them, because if you push your partner, whether you're male or female, they will snap. You know, there are things you're not allowed to say in a relationship. You don't bring up exes. You don't bring up their friends. Like, it's just a sort of thing where, you know, not all relationships are perfect. And mine, to extend for 6 years, there was just stupid arguments. Like, there was just, you look at the situation where you're like, we shouldn't be arguing about some things. Like the last argument we had that, you know, made all this shit go down, it shouldn't have happened. See, if she'd only dropped the subject on the day it happened, none of this would have happened. It's her fault. Sadly, like, I said to her, look, I can't do something right now. I'll do it later on. But she kept pushing the subject. And I think, you know, when, you know, she wants her way and only her way, I think it's selfish. Like, you know, she's got to understand that, hey, I'm the one driving. And I don't like driving backwards and forwards, especially when I was just in the area, you know, and you want me to, we've just gotten home and you want me to drive all the way back there. Like, come on. At least give me time to, like, calm down and, like, you know, relax, and then I'll go later. Like, in this time on Facebook, I hate my friends for their nastiness towards my partner. I hated the fact that, you know, they only looked at the worst things. Like, go back before this happened, months before this happened, I was happy, you know, had a great partner, I was enjoying life, I had, you know, money wise now, I'm fucking rolling in cash, which is nice, even though, you know, I've just paid for all my lawyer fees. Thanks, sweetie. You know, now I can, like, sell my car. If I sell both the cars I've got right now, I could buy a car that's worth about $15,000. Dad's encouraging me not to buy a car for $15,000, but he's like, you know, it's up to you. I'm going to get a really good sports car soon. Like mags and fucking stripes and all that shit. So, and my partner always used to annoy me on that subject when it comes to cars. She's like, oh, look at that car, or look at that car. And my reason for getting angry is because, yeah, big deal. They've got a fucking sorry, I scratched myself there. So what? They've got a good car, but that's all they've got. A car decreases in value every year, whereas you own a house, it increases value every year. So I've got both now, a good sports car and a house that I own. I got no money problems. My health is shit because what happened in these last 7 months is taken a lot out of me. I've had friends come and go. I've had friends stab me in the back, but it's cool because I know I'm a good person. I know I can be a great partner to anyone. I know that someone's interested in me right now, and it's good that, you know, there are other people out there for me to date. People say to me all the time, they're like, sorry, I just got a message. So, you've got to look at the positive and like, look, at the end of the day, I'll always love my partner with all my heart. Like I said, I'm happy to wear the ring, but I'm moving on forward with my life. Like, I'm not going to wait for my partner to grow up because I don't think she will. I'm not going to wait for my partner to say, hey, look, we've got to talk, because I don't think she will, if I'm being realistic on the subject. So, you know, if a beautiful woman comes into my life and wants to be with me and treats me with dignity and respect, I'll happily move on with that person. Will I miss my partner? Of course, because we never got that closure. We never broke up. And I think, you know, it's sad for her partner or my partner, when I do get one, that me and my partner never really broke up. So we're basically cheating on whoever dates us next, which is sad because, like, you know, every relationship should have closure, and if it doesn't, then unfortunately those two people are cheating on each other with their next partners. So, you know, I feel sorry for the guy after me for more ways than some, because he's going to have to put up with a disgusting family. He's going to have to be prepared to be watched 24/7. He's going to have to learn to date a teenager instead of an adult. I know it's going to be hard for the guy because the guy before me said it and he told me the advice, so I'm giving my advice to the next guy, you know. So look, at the end of the day, this vid's going to get a lot of dislikes, and I don't give a fuck because I love dislikes. That's why all my vids have more dislikes than likes, because I encourage it. And it's because also it's my partner's family disliking, and the friends of the friends, you know, that dislike her. So, you know, it's not a upsetting thing for me. Like, I don't really give a fuck. People deliberately try to ruin my life, and it's disgusting, but it's human nature at its worst. Do I like being treated like shit? No. Do I like being depressed? No. Do I like destroying myself on live streams and like YouTube vids? Of course not. But, you know, that's my partner's fault at the end of the day. And it's my friends that treat me and my partner with disrespect. That's their fault too. Because at the end of the day, if you're friends with someone, it doesn't matter who they date or what decisions they make. If you genuinely care and love them for the way they are, then yeah, you stay with them. You don't fucking just ditch them just because, you know, they're going for a rough stage in their life. I mean, I've had friends say to me, if they were in the same situation as me, they couldn't handle it either. You know, being with someone for 6 years and then suddenly you were told to never see them again, never tell them you love them, never tell them how beautiful, never wake up next to them in bed. I'd like to see how most people take that. Especially when it's not even a breakup, it's just time apart, basically, without talking to your partner. That's all it is. It was never a breakup, it was time apart. And like, I don't know why my partner hasn't come and said anything in the last 7 months, because all my female friends say, you know, if a partner wanted to end it, she would have done it by now. She wouldn't be like playing all these games and being immature. And if she's really, you know, 30 years old and can't even like make her own decisions, that's not a girl worth being with. And a lot of guys, if she decides to go out with guys after, they'll look at that and be like, wow, she's so immature. She can't get off her ass to get a license. She has an income because the government pays her, which is Australian taxpayers pay her, and she has to live like that. And I think it's a it's not good. Like, I'm sorry, but in life, you know, you've got to be independent. You've got to have a job, and if you can't get a job, at least try look for one, or at least try get a license. My partner doesn't even have either. I mean, I understand that, you know, her family watch her 24/7, and it's quite sad because she could be a really good partner if she grew up. Now, this is the partner that, you know, I was in hospital one day. I was sick and I was just angry with her, and I was angry with everybody, and I said, leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to talk to anyone. Alright, she was at her house, I was at the hospital. She paid $80 for a taxi fee just to see me in hospital and to hold my hand. That's real love. Where's that girl that I dated? Where's that girl? Her parents told her, don't go see him in hospital, leave him alone. Yeah, they said that, by the way. My parents said, just leave Andre alone, give it a few days. No, she, goodness of her heart, coughed up just to be there for me in hospital. What happened to that girl? What happened to the girl where, you know, I was so sick, she said, you know, crash at my place, and you know, you stay in my bed all day and I'll bring you everything you want. And like I said, bought me sausage rolls, pies, drinks, you know, tucked me in the bed, brought the TV closer so I could, you know, watch TV in bed. Where's that version of her? You know, where's the girl that would be like, sit down, I know what you eat, I'll go pay for dinner. Don't know where she is. I don't know where this person I fell in love with is. Where's the cute, sweet, innocent girl that, you know, I fell in love with? Loving someone for 11 years is a big deal. Even when we broke up the first time around, I still loved her. You know, I still thought about her every day, and I was like, you know, maybe someday we'll get back together. But, you know, I moved on with my life then. And, you know, when the second time came around, I was like, well, I'm going to make sure that this time around it's different. We lasted 6 years for this time around. Do I hope there's a future? I want her happy. Like, cut all the bullshit from the previous stories, previous vids, you know, Confessions of a Broken Heart, Love Will Find a Way. The truth is, I would have her in a heartbeat if she's willing to grow up and be the wife that I want. And I do mean wife, not fiance, not girlfriend. I mean wife this time. And you may say, well, fuck, what's changed since these vids have gone past? It's all about moving forward in life, I believe. And I believe one can only move forward in life if you have a resolution, you have an ending. If you never have an ending, then you both will live in limbo and you both will be cheating on each other, sadly. Yes, I'm representing Alexa Bliss, Twisted Blitz. I love her. I love this woman. But you do got to realize, people, that you know, the relationship wasn't a bad one. We had fights, yes, and despite what her family says, you know, yes, I said some hurtful stuff to her in the relationship. She said some hurtful stuff too. But, you know, you got to call a spade a spade. You know, when someone angers you in a relationship, you do say hurtful stuff to each other. And yes, unfortunately, they don't let you forget it. You apologise, but they don't let you forget it. It's like if you have an argument with a friend, they never let you forget it. Last time I checked, words are not hurtful. Well, words are hurtful, yes, but get over it. Get the fuck over it. You think I like being a skinny little twig? Yeah, I got called that, by the way. It didn't bother me. It's like, you know, you want to end a relationship, you must end it properly. Now, I know someday, hopefully soon, that she will say, okay, look, let bygones be bygones, let's move forward in our lives. And that would be fine. But at least she knows that I'll always love her. You know, whatever happens, I'll always be there for her. Whether it's a friend or a husband. Do I hate her? No, I don't think I hate her. I think I'm just more disappointed in the fact that, you know, we had something special, and I think it can be fixed, and I think we can make peace with each other. I just hope it happens soon. But unfortunately, I talk realistically. I don't think she's ready to grow up yet. I think this could drag to the end of the year, sadly. She's a lovely person to me, and my family would open the doors for her in a heartbeat. My father still cares about her. He does. He talks to me about her every night. We have that bond. My mother, you know, she was friends with her, and she misses her. They both do. My parents both support me and my partner. My family support me and my partner. Like I said, my brother's like, I really thought you two were going to get married. So did I. So there's no hate from my part. It's just, the only hate is the women on my Facebook that are brutally disgusting to her. Yes, they don't like me getting treated like this. And I don't like getting treated like this. You know, I don't trust anybody now. I don't want to date anybody. I don't want to go in a relationship with anybody. I don't want to randomly hook up with people every week, because it's just not me. I would like some closure. You know, I think our paths will cross soon. But she needs to learn that if they do, she's got to be a responsible adult. If it's just the two of us, me and her, face to face, we've got to talk. Even if it's just 5 minutes of like, you know, you okay, you know, sorry things went the way they did. You know, is your family stopping you from talking to me? Or, you know, do you really hate me that much? Because I don't think you do. and I don't hate her. I'm just disappointed in her, and I'm upset the way things happened. So it is going to be one of those circumstances where I'm actually fine. Now, is she still killing me? I suppose in some ways, yes. I can't lie. It hurts. And it will take a long time to heal. You know, it could heal within a fucking one conversation with her, you know? You know, then, like I said to my dad tonight, the not knowing part is how she's doing, or, you know, why is this dragged on and all that. And he says, I don't know, son. Your guess is good as mine. And this guy, my father's been alive for such a long time. He knows about relationships. He knows about this kind of stuff. And when he even says to me, he can't understand why she's doing what she's doing. He doesn't understand why she couldn't have said something in this time. He's really hurt about it, because he really thought that, you know, she's a decent girl, and he thought that, you know, she would at least have said something by now, or, you know, at least given us a clue on what's going on in her life. I myself, you know, have been through wars in my time with ex-girlfriends and stuff, but they've never been as bad as this. This has really shooken me up, because I didn't think someone could hurt me this much as what she did. And then having friends stab me in the back and hurt me even more, it hurts. I'm not gonna cry. It's okay. I've got to teach myself to be stronger. But you know, I'm not ashamed of loving someone for 11 years. I'm not ashamed of wearing Alexa Bliss. And you're probably thinking, how come he's got blue with black? Well, it's cold at the moment, so I got double layers on. I had a jumper before this, but yeah, I do have some awesome friends that love and care about me. I have maybe an awesome possible girlfriend down the track. I'm just giving her space to work out her stuff. You know, I said to her the other day, we're friends, right? And she's like, 100% we're friends. And I'm like, okay. And, you know, and she goes, I will see you. And I'm like, that's cool. But you may be saying, are you moving on too quick? No, I'm just moving forward with my life. I'm just trying to find some happiness. Whether it's watching my soccer team lose 2-0 tonight, bastards. Whether it's watching my footy team win, you know, I've got to try find some happiness somewhere. Whether it's playing Pokemon, whether it's you know, doing these YouTube vids, whether it's getting, hopefully someday, 100 subscribers so I can sing Let It Go by Frozen and wear the whole outfit. Yeah, that's going to be great, guys. The chili chip challenge, oh my god, I'm only 2 packets of chips in, and the last one was, oh, you'll see when the vid gets uploaded. It's going to be a while, because eventually I'm going to have to try 5 different packets of chili chips, and yeah, that second packet that I haven't even, well, I've had a little bit, but they're fucking gross. The first ones weren't too bad, but the second ones were shit. But yeah, like I said, I needed to make this video for you, my beautiful partner out there somewhere, to my beautiful friends out there. I will not share the vid. Technically, it was a vid that was before this that's not uploaded yet. I destroyed myself. And it got to a stage where I so destroyed myself that it looked bad. It'll be uploaded maybe soon on here, whether it's, you know, when the 4 corner vids come up in every corner at the end of my vids. It could be in one of those 4 corners. I'm not telling you what it is, because I don't want to be like that. But obviously, you know, if you haven't seen my previous vids, like I said, each corner of this vid at the end, you can go back and click on them. What's this vid called? I'm not sure. Whatever the title is, you'll see it when it gets uploaded. But as for Confessions of a Broken Heart, it won't end until she ends it. So there'll be plenty of them. There'll be some dance ones coming soon. There'll be some singing ones. I fucking hate singing. I swear to God, like, I can't sing and I fucking hate it. But yeah, there'll be dancing ones coming up. It's just at the moment with the way my health is and the way things are at. I'm trying to take one day at a time. Like I said, this could all end in one day if me and her have our face-to-face talk. It'd be good to see her at least, even if it's for 5 minutes. Tell her how beautiful she is. Tell her, how sorry I am. Tell her I'm always going to be there for her. I just hope that, if we do make peace one day, that we can both make that big plunge. Move in together. Not a house that neither of our parents own. Our own house would be nice. This is how I pictured it before it's happened. Get a nice house in a nice area. Just the two of us. We can afford the rent. She can have her own furniture. She can have her own freedom. Just the two of us with her pets. Right? Then instead of doing catalogs, I would have paid her whatever she made for catalogs so she could actually relax and enjoy her life. I was going to buy her like a PS4 or an Xbox One so that way, she can play games and actually enjoy life. Get a house that was not quite perfect. That way she could paint her own house, her own color. She can do her own furniture. Learn some life skills. And that way, she doesn't have any of her family to deal with. She doesn't have any of my family to deal with. It would just be the two of us in our own home. And it would be our own home. And then we could get married and have kids. It would have been a good life. Honestly, it would have been a very good life. And, maybe someday that might happen when she turns around and goes, yeah, Andre's kind of right. At our age, we should be living together and not in our family's houses. Don't get me wrong, 2-story house here, 20 acres land, I'm not complaining. But if my partner ever said to me, do you want to move in together? Cool. Have our own furniture, have our own, because it'd be nice for the girl to actually grow up and be independent. The reason why I want to get rid of the catalogs job is because in that way, not only does she have to, deal with that, but she's still getting the same pay. And that way, in that time, she can look for a job herself. She can do a volunteering, maybe even more a week. Maybe she can do volunteering every day if she wants. And I can drive her to work every morning and every day. I'd love to do that. At least that way, she's still volunteering, she's still getting an income, and she's making a difference and being on her own. But I think she likes being, living under her parents' so-called roof, even though she's just living with her sister. But she's got to live with the fact that every day, her house is going to stink, her house is going to be a mess. Her and her sister live in a house that's provided by the parents. Both of them need to know that while they're doing that, they're not growing up. The only difference is her sister drives and works, whereas my partner doesn't. So it would be nice if my partner can say, you know what, Andre's right about this. For 30 years of my life, for her, this is her saying this, 30 years of my life, they've watched me 24/7. They've never let me grow up. They never let me have a license. They've never let me be on my own. This would be a good chance for her to say that, hey, I'm not a 15-year-old. I'm a 30-year-old woman. And I think she needs to realize that. Because number one, she needs to get out of the house she's living in. Straight up. End of story. She can't live the rest of her life like that. Because she's not growing up. And the fact that, 24/7 her family's watching her. That's not learning anything. So if she's watching, I've said what I've said. To my friends watching, if you don't like what I've said, go fuck yourself, block me, delete me. It doesn't matter. Because all of us in life have got to move forward. Now, this COVID thing's affected all of us in some ways. We're lucky here in South Australia, but it will get worse. Especially when they have idiots jumping the border. But if you do have a friend out there that's struggling, reach out and help them. Say, look, I love you, buddy, I'm here for you. If you have a partner that you really truly love and care about, let them know. If you're having issues in your relationship, sort it out, the both of you. But never let any family member or friend interfere. Because if they don't like it, they can fuck off. Now this is my final message to end this vid. Don't forget to dislike the vids. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's try poke 100 subscribers. Don't forget to share. Previous vids will be in the four corners of the vid after this, so check them out if you haven't watched already. But I've got to say this, and I want to clear the air with everybody. I've loved someone for 11 years. Now you can't expect me just to give that up in a heartbeat. I've lived with someone for 6 years that I was happily engaged to. There was good times and bad, but that's what relationships are about. We both loved and cared for each other. We both were faithful to each other. Relationships do have these times where you have to separate for a bit. And that's all it is. It's just a separation for now. We haven't broken up. She's off doing what she's doing with guys. I'm off doing what I'm doing with girls. Kind of. But I'm hoping eventually we can both sit down and talk. Because I think we need to. Otherwise, we'll be cheating on our partners for the rest of each other's lives. So, it's all about taking that first step. And, I've grown up in this time and learned that, I could have done things better in the relationship. She could have done things better in the relationship. I've learned to control my anger after all this. Yeah, I've learned how to control my anger. I've learned how to deal with it in appropriate matters. I've learned how to be nicer. I've learned how to calm down. I've cried a lot. You've seen it. And destroyed my body. My partner's not all to blame for that. I suppose we are all responsible for our own actions. Like I said at the end of the day, I can't hate someone that, has been part of my life for 6 years. You just don't give that up. I hate what her family's done to us. I'm not going to sugarcoat that, because I think, if they had let us, sort this out on our own, it would have never gotten to court stages. It never would have gotten to the fact I've coughed up $2,000. I would like to give my partner her jewelry back. I think that's the right thing to do as a man, because it was a present from me to her, and I have no right to hold it. So I don't know how I'm going to give this jewelry to her. It's her jewelry, it's not mine. I can't just forget that. As for the package that I got a few weeks ago, I paid for it. I didn't give it to her, so I can keep that. If she wanted it, I'd give it to her. But that jewelry I need to give to her. So if she's watching, I would like you to have it. It's your jewelry. What am I going to do? Wear ruby rings and necklaces? I don't even have my ears pierced. I couldn't even wear jewelry. But it's hers at the end of the day. As for my friends on Facebook watching this, look, I'm sorry guys that I've been a wreck the last 7 months. It's very hard to deal with what's happened and what's going on. I just have to take it one day at a time. I am moving forward. And with the right person, maybe I might, be able to be happy someday. Until then, I won't be. But yeah, like I said, if someone comes along and treats me right, I'll give them a chance. And, sure, me and my partner will be moved to the side, because obviously, I can't break up with her and she can't break up with me yet. So it's not much. There's nothing much I can do there, guys, on that part. But whoever I go out with, I will give them the undivided attention, and I will love and respect only them and be with them, and I won't bring my partner into any conversations. So unless they bring it up, because I truly believe whoever I date will be lucky to have this new version of me. It's a shame my partner never actually got to see this new version of me, because she said, when this went down to our mutual friend, she said, oh, if Andre can get his shit together, learn to get help for his problems and control his anger, things would be fine. And that's exactly what I did. I can control my anger now. Mentally I'm fine. Of course I'm depressed and upset, but it's something I can't fix. A broken heart is something that doesn't get fixed straight away. We look at marriages that have been together 20 years and you expect them to just move on with another person, if you look at it from that perspective. As you can see, I'm calm in this vid. I didn't swear too much, I don't think. I didn't rubbish her family too much in this vid. Look, I don't like them, it's pretty obvious, like I've said in most vids. I just feel like, if they didn't interfere in all this, it never would have got to this stage, and me and her would have sorted this out by now. Because when we've had arguments before, it's only taken 1 or 2 days and we're back in each other's arms having great sex afterwards. Make up sex, it's always great. But I think she needs to learn that, this isn't life the way she's living it. I took her from being someone that was on like a puppet on her strings. I cut those strings off that puppet, because that's what happened when I first dated her. I taught her new skills. I taught her about life. I took her out of this state, traveling, got her to try new foods, taught her some new stuff in life, and things were looking good for her. And then this happens, and now she's back the way she was. And it's very sad that a woman would live her life like that. So I'm always going to love her. I'm always going to be there for her 24/7, no matter what circumstances are. Can't wait to finally resolve this with her. And I think if she's going to be a mature adult, she'll do this eventually. I think she'll realize, this is so immaturity. This is so childish. We shouldn't be doing this. His family don't mind me, so I should give the guy a chance. He looked after me for 6 years. He made me his fiance. And you made me your fiance. And, I think our paths need to come across and talk. Look, you know where I live. You don't need to tell anyone you're coming to see me. You can just message me. If you want me to come see you, I can see you 24/7. Just make sure it's not too cold, because, I don't want to get out of my bed in my boxer shorts going, fuck, it's cold. But she knows that 24/7 I am there for her. Even in this stage right now, I am there for her. So at least she knows that. But I think she needs to make a decision soon whether she wants to be an adult or stay as a child. I think we both of us need to grow up on the subject and not, wreck our friendships with people, not wreck our relationships with our family. I think this is a time where we both sit down and talk, go our ways, and then that way it's ended. But until then, I have to bid you adieu. Thank you for watching. More vids coming, obviously. We're trying to chuck out 5 vids a week. I know most YouTubers say that. How the fuck I'm gonna do it, I don't know. I don't even know how many I've done this week. Wait. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna try release content there. And have a look at this top. I love this top, by the way. I'm actually getting a couple of new tops soon, whenever they come. Hopefully they don't come COVID. I bought a Bullet Club top, hoodie, towel, and beanie. Don't ask how much I spent on it. So that's coming soon. I might get another one of these Alexa Bliss tops. Gonna do some shopping in a minute online. But yeah, we got the chili chip challenge underway. 2 packets in. One wasn't too bad. The other one was disgusting. I don't even know how I'm gonna finish them. Got a dance vid coming up. One of yous wanted to see me in a skirt and stockings for a dance vid. What the fuck? I'll do it, but hey, you've got to subscribe at least first. I don't do vids like that very often. Click on the 4 vids you see now, and yeah, that's all the old vids from the past, and we'll talk soon.